Alright, hey guys, this is, HotNoob, like always. Alright, anyway, today we're gonna be combining everything, like all of the previous programs, pretty much the most recent posts, I don't know, 6 to 9, 6 to 8, sorry, post 6 to 8, we're gonna be combining up together to make a program. So, pretty much here it just says a bit about the history of programming and how one of the first ever created programs in the world was a sort of a virtual shrink, and it was probably one of the most annoying programs ever. So we're just gonna try and recreate that here. Okay. So let's start off by, opening up a new project, right? And of course, console application. I'm gonna call this post 9 for me and shrink program for you. And remember guys, the site is ccgames.tk and this is under the C# tutorials. So I'm just gonna view this in plain text, right? And I have no idea why that's popping up. Anyway, just gonna copy this over. I suggest that you guys type this in. I'm just copying this over, right? Because yeah, just make sure you type it in. Because you tend to learn better if you type it in, right? You won't really learn anything if you just copy and paste and quickly scan over it and not really look at the content, right? So I'm just gonna copy and paste this in. Okay, and my program seems to be bugging out. Oh my god. Yeah. Alright. There we go. So I'm just going to copy and paste this so I don't have to type it in as we go. So first we're going to, initialize the conversation with the user, to let them know that the program's started and, just to make it more user-friendly. So anyway, just going to, console.writeLine, hello, what is your name, right? Then they're going to want to get the response, and we're going to call it string name, right? So console.readLine, or string name equals console.readLine, and then that's just going to, ask for your name, just to make it a bit more personal, right? And afterwards we're going to say console.writeLine, how are you feeling? And then we're going to put the user's name at the end and add a question mark. So it's going to be like, how are you feeling, HotNoob, right? Now here we got some exit strings. We're just going to ignore this for now. I'm going to do this in the way that I've written it. So I actually didn't write this part. I added this in there later, and you'll notice that this isn't written by the order that I wrote it. I actually added these in later here, and you try to keep your variable declarations near the top, right? Unless they're only temporary, right? So start out by writing bool run equals true, while run, so while true, right? So string response, so you want to get the response, and we're going to put it in lower to make it a little easier to handle with, right? So this just makes the string all lower characters. You can apply this to pretty much any string. So pretty much in this case, the exit strings are phrases that we're looking for the user to say in order to get the bot or whatever to stop talking. And the exit responses, we're going to make that what it responds to when you say that specific bit. and here's the length, right? Right, since these two are so closely linked to each other and pretty much always going to be the same length unless you totally screw up. And so we're going to say if the response contains, now this is another string command, so if it contains the exit string, and we're looping for this, right? So it's going to loop through the exit strings, and it's going to check if it contains each one. So if it contains it, then it will write down the corresponding exit response based on this index, right? And then it will stop the loop by saying run equals false, right? So this is stopping the top loop, which is the while run here. And to stop this for loop, we're just going to use break. So break. And right, because we're calling the run loop to break the top one, it's still going to continue on. So we're going to say if run, like if it's still running, and we're going to say and how does that make you feel, right? So I'm just going to quickly build this to help you understand how it works. So what is your name? My name is HotNoob. Are you feeling bad? How does that make you feel? Makes me want to kill you. How does that make you see how it just repeats over? And it will repeat until you say one of the exit strings, like shut up. No, you shut up, right? And that's pretty much it, this program. You might wanna, like, as I mentioned before, if you weren't writing that while I was going through that, and I hope you weren't really, because before you start creating it, try to make it on your own, right? Now that you understand what the program does, try to make it from scratch without referencing to this. That way you'll learn it much better. And that's it for number 9.